in to the Nerd Network podcast.
Welcome, new listeners, old listeners, watchers, viewers, whatever. We are on episode 20, 30 maybe? 30? I think it has to be 30 now. Wow, if it is 30, that's crazy.
Yeah, we're at like 30 at
Wow,
least.
that's insane. 30 episodes in. This will be your New Year's Eve episode, whatever that means. Just like everyone else, probably they still have their Christmas shit up. Christmas tree's probably still up. Blake, your Christmas tree still up? Or
No, that shit went down like at 8 o'clock in the morning on the 26th.
Oh, that's awesome. Great.
We use a real Christmas tree, so
Oh,
I get tired of sweeping and vacuuming and all that stuff.
That makes sense. Does your house still smell like Christmas tree?
No.
No? Does that smell go away pretty quick?
I mean, there's always multiple candles burning in my house. So.
I gotcha. Yeah. So a year in review. I don't have a lot of news topics to talk about today. We're not going to talk about news stuff today. But we are going to talk about a little retrospect about some previous movies that we've seen in 2020. Right off the bat, I want to talk about what is your guys' favorite movie of 2020? Any of you guys can go. But when you think about 2020, what's a movie that sticks out the most to you that you can remember? I know there's a lot of movies that came out.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. It's this late edition, Soul. It was Disney Pixar
Nice
animated movie. I finally sat down to watch it yesterday. Ended up watching it twice.
Dang.
What's that cartoon about?
Yeah, so it's about a character. He's kind of a he's the guy that had the big dreams and extreme talent, and things just never really worked out. He's voiced by Jamie Foxx. He's a jazz musician that goes to all the right schools, goes to all the auditions, and it just doesn't work. He ends up teaching middle school band. And I'll try to do this as spoiler-free as possible, but he ends up getting a call from one of his old middle school students that he inspired. They had an opportunity with a really prominent jazz saxophonist, a lady, and he goes for the gig, gets it, and subsequently dies on the way home.
Oh, no.
She's like, come back at 7 for sound check. He's so excited. He almost dies like 4 times, not paying attention, like on the phone. You know, he's like swinging off of the lamppost. He's happy, like bricks almost fall on him. He almost gets hit by a car, and he's like, okay, I need to calm down. And he turns around, right into a manhole,
Dang.
dead. And so it's about him trying to get back to his body and him also helping a soul that hasn't been born yet, who doesn't think life is all it's kicked up to be, doesn't want to have to go through the bad, the muck, you know, that life can bring you through. And so kind of helping a not even a lost soul. They haven't had a chance to get lost yet, but, you know, that a little bit of a pain in the butt was trying to be led by people like Mother Teresa and Abraham Lincoln and all these prominent Gandhi. And they gave up on the soul. And so it's a really good feel-good story. It doesn't all work out at the end like you think a Disney Pixar movie would. Everything that he is hoping and dreaming for when he finally gets the opportunity isn't all what it's cracked up to be. So it really kind of dives into the actual meaning of why we're here. And it's not necessarily for a particular purpose, you know, that we feel like we need to fulfill. Whether that be in music or art or, you know, success, money, anything like that, but more about the connections that we make. And it was, I liked it because it wasn't, you know, kind of mushy, super heartfelt, but it was impactful. You know,
It's for kids?
Yeah.
I'm talking about death and dying?
Yeah,
Wow.
man. They do such a great job. It's not heavy at all. Like I said, it leaves a footprint. Like my son was talking about it with me this morning. You know, and they talk about your spark and you know, kind of what keeps you going. And it's really interesting. It's definitely it's not a perfect movie. I know this isn't a review. It's not perfect, but it definitely caught my attention. Like I said, I watched it twice.
That's cool.
Dang.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm going to check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually haven't heard too much about it. I just keep seeing the pictures of that Terry kid. Terry Soul.
Yeah.
I keep seeing Terry, whatever. I keep seeing this as a meme or something. I don't know.
Yeah, he's a funny little character.
Okay, check that out. Julian? Anything that stands out to you?
And there is
I mean, even if it's not like the best movie or anything like that, this is just to you specifically. What is a movie that stands out to you in 2020?
So the one that stood out to me, and it only stood out because I ended up rewatching it again. And is it a movie? Ma Rainey's
It's a
Black
movie.
Bottom. Okay, it's a Netflix movie, and the reason why it stood out is because the first time I saw it, I didn't like it at all. I wasn't paying attention, but then when over Christmas break, I had a chance to watch it again, and I picked up on things that I missed the first time. Basically, it's based off of a true story. There is a kind of a blues singer. Her name is Ma Rainey, and this is like set back in like 1917. So, in that time period, anyways. Basically, after the I want to say the Civil Rights Movement. Is that correct?
Oh God, I don't know
exactly.
the
I'm not
story.
sure exactly when the time frame was, but anyways, long story short, it's basically a story that follows this prominent blues singer, and she is takes place with her recording a song with a record company, and it just kind of goes into how the music industry takes advantage of artists, in this case, Black artists, and it also tells a story about the one character played by Chadwick Boseman, who plays a trumpeter in this movie, and they kind of go back on his story as well too, and it's pretty interesting. I mean, I'm doing a poor job of explaining what the movie is, but
don't give. I mean, I feel like if you go anymore, you kind of give away too much. Anyway,
there's a lot that goes into it, so it's very spoiler-ish. But it's something that I would recommend checking out if you like jazz music and music history. And
that's a cool timepiece. It's actually in the 1920s. It's not that.
1920s,
it's not that soon as the civil rights stuff yet.
Okay.
No, that was an interesting movie.
Yeah.
I won't complain about it.
There was a lot in there that you could complain about, but there's a lot in it that was actually really good too. And it was directed by
it was actually directed by George C. Wolfe. It was actually produced by Denzel Washington. Yeah.
Wow.
So
yeah, the overall cast was pretty good. The acting that was really good. I liked that a lot too. The only movie that sticks out to me is probably Tenet for this year, just because it was a Christopher Nolan movie and it was just. I still don't know everything about that movie yet. I need to go watch it multiple times to understand, and just how beautiful that movie was shot. It was just shot so beautifully. Like, I don't think there was any other movie that was shot so beautifully that came out this year. And it was edited really well. The cinematography was freaking phenomenal. I mean, if you haven't seen Tenet, go check it out. You're behind. Unfortunately, that movie was a victim of COVID. Who knows how big that movie would have been if it actually was to get a real full-on theatrical release where people were not afraid to go watch movies. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's like the big blockbuster movie that I can think about that pops up in my head. There's a couple other little movies that came out this year that I liked a lot. Like Love and Monsters.
Oh, yeah.
Love and Monsters is a damn good movie. It's just a feel-good, fun movie. You probably haven't seen that yet.
No, I didn't see that one.
Oh, man.
That's not bad.
It's just a good, I don't know. It's not too much of anything.
Right.
It's like the right amount of everything.
Yeah.
That makes that movie so good with the CGI, the fun adventure. And it's something, I don't know. The story is very easy, but it's just shot incredibly coolly. CGI just really good. That's one that stands out to me. I mean, there's probably a million movies that came out this year. I just can't think of them all right now.
Right. I have an honor. Can I give an honorable mention?
Go for it.
Did you guys see the movie Extraction with Chris Hemsworth?
God, I did not like it.
You didn't like it?
I didn't.
Dude, if you guys haven't seen that movie, watch that one.
I tried to watch it twice, and
I feel like it was like, not, I don't know if I'd go back as far as to say the 90s, like a 90s action movie, but I felt like it was going for like a military, like, guy for hire version of like how the 007 movies are shot right now. And the scene on the bridge that was done all in one shot, like, oh my God, that scene in the movie alone, elevates it above a lot. I mean, Hemsworth, I thought, did a really good job. It was kind of, I mean, he's still in an action role, but it was interesting to see him step outside of some of the things that he's done with Thor and things like that. I mean, it wasn't a big expanse on his acting, but he's done quite a bit of other stuff too. But the technical aspect of him fighting and with the weapons, you know, I mean, he's like running for like a day and a half or 2 days. And one thing I always ask myself, like, okay, how many fights can you get into before you're exhausted?
Yeah.
And it's really one, but you know, maybe 2 or 3. You can see the wear and tear. Like he when it starts to get, before he gets a break, I mean, he is tired, and you're tired with him because it's just like
so
every
much.
punch, every person he throws or shoots, like it's raw.
Dang.
And so it's probably not the greatest, you know,
It's your typical action shoot 'em up movie, blah 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 blah. That's
from a story standpoint. From a story
Oh, my
standpoint,
gosh.
there's nothing groundbreaking. But if you look at the movie from a technical aspect and what they asked him to do and what they did with the camera shots, oh man, it was good.
The fight scenes are really well done. I'll give it that. The fight scenes are really well done. All right, we're going to go on the next topic I want to talk about, which would be Marcy's 2021 list to watch. Movies to watch next year, 2021. You guys don't know this list. This is my specific personal list that I'm most excited for. I'm just going to go through and name the whole list, and then we won't go through all of them individually, but we can go about the ones that you guys want to talk about after I name them. This is no specific order whatsoever. Like, so I'm just going to go down the list. So, Coming to America, which comes out next year. Morbius comes out next year. Fast and Furious 9. Finally, I forgot about that movie was coming out. That's coming out next year. No Time to Die, the new James Bond movie. Quiet Place 2. Godzilla vs. Kong. Spiral, which is the spinoff of the Saw movies. Top Gun, Maverick. The Suicide Squad. Dune, Matrix 4, and Black Adam. To you two, which one of those pops out of your mind that you're really excited to see?
Dune, and it's a tie between Godzilla and The Matrix 4.
Yeah, I mean, that's really like the who's of movies. You know, it'd be easier for me to say the ones I'm not interested in probably, but obviously Coming to America, anytime to see Eddie Murphy back on screen, I feel like he's been heating up as of recent. So, and obviously the trailer of that looked great. So, The Matrix 4, although it's probably not the movie that I'm the most excited to see, just for what the Matrix franchise meant to me, I'm pumped for that. Yeah, some good ones in there. Morbius, you know,
that's what I want to talk about. Like, I want to go into that one a little bit.
Yeah,
because with Morbius, okay, so that's going to be coming out in March.
That
so
early?
March 19th.
Oh, because it was actually supposed to drop this. Was it supposed to drop like late summer, early fall?
I don't remember, but that's one I feel like for Marvel/Sony, that's going to kick off. That specific movie could kick off a lot of different things for the Spider-Man universe. I mean, I don't know. There's so much that I don't know what they're going to do with this movie.
Because like that ties into like Constantine and all that, doesn't it?
Morbius? I don't know if it ties into Constantine at all. I really don't know. But that could actually tie into Blade.
Right.
That could tie in, like I said, it does tie into Spider-Man, where we see Vulture in the trailer. Mm-hmm. So that means a lot. There's a lot to be said about the actual Spider-Verse, multiverse movie that we might get. In the trailer, there's actually a poster of Spider-Man, but that Spider-Man costume is actually to Spider-Man 1 with Tobey Maguire. That's his Spider-Man costume. So I think it's going to be some connections, some Easter eggs tying those movies together to maybe eventually link up in the future. I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited to see how that's going to be like, especially if it's a little bit of a darker type movie. I don't know if it's going to connect to Venom at all. Like, we just don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, this is this is like a bad guy. Like, I think for Marvel / Sony, where we're, besides Venom, we're actually seeing a bad guy get his own movie and see what this is going to be like. So, I feel like this movie will let us know going forward what maybe the tone of some future movies could be like. And hopefully they don't fuck it up.
Yeah. That's a direction I've been begging almost for these types of movies to go in, because a lot of these villains are so interesting.
Oh, yeah.
And you see it in movies like Guardian of the Galaxy, like when they show, there'll be like on some space station or whatever, and then it'll pan through and you'll see a bunch of shots of both good guys and villains and things like that. It basically doubles or triples the amount of content that you can put out. Because every superhero has, a gallery of bad guys, not to take a DC reference there. So I'm pumped for that. Yeah. I think, I think anti-heroes and villains, it could be real interesting moving forward.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one. And my big wrestling nerd in me is excited for this movie. F9, Fast Furious 9. We finally get to see John Cena as a bad guy, finally playing Toretto's brother, which is very interesting. Have you seen the trailer of that?
No. On purpose, though.
Oh, man.
I've purposely not watched it.
Like, I hate John Cena. Like, I hate John Cena so much. But the fact that he's playing a bad guy, us as wrestling fans, we've always wanted to see John Cena play a bad guy. He was never really a bad guy in the wrestling world, except for a couple times in his early career. But he's being a bad guy. And he's not just a bad guy. He seems like a pretty good bad guy in this trailer, where Vin Diesel's character is super afraid. Dom. And the whole crew is afraid of John Cena. I don't know. It just looks, for me, it looks badass, and it's interesting. And, these movies aren't, no one's winning an Academy Award for this movie. No one's going to win Best Actor for this movie. But this is a fun movie. And just John Cena is like a Terminator-type character in this role. I don't know.
So they kicked out The Rock and replaced him with John Cena?
Oh, no. He's still in this universe. So are we going to see John Cena versus The Rock down the road in the next one, F10? We don't know.
Jesus.
Two of the biggest wrestling stars.
Final Fantasy?
Bro, they'll be fighting on the moon before too long.
Yeah. Are there any cars in this next movie? Is it all tanks and airplanes?
Oh, no. John Cena has like
helicopters,
riding some type of crazy muscle car.
Have like a Lamborghini or something in there.
No, I think John Cena's riding a muscle car.
I'm expecting like the next movie, it's going to be like there's like an explosion in the building or whatever, and they're like, how are we going to get out? And then it's just going to be like a fucking transformer or whatever is going to be the next thing, because
it's going to be a Gundam.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's it exactly. Like Ready Player One at the very end or something like that.
But these movies do so good. People love them. People go see them.
They're a brainless popcorn flick to something to do with them.
You know what the biggest problem is I consider myself a car guy. I've owned a lot of cars. I'm building a car right now. These movies have inspired, and I'll use quotation marks, and you can at me all you want. I get flamed for this on social media all the time. But these are like the worst car guy movies ever. If you want to see cool cars, especially like the first one, you could see cars that you couldn't get in America. Like that Skyline, like they call it Godzilla, like the R34 Skyline. Like that's a big deal. Mm-hmm. And they're almost legal. They'll be legal in like 2 years or something like that, or in a couple of years here in the U.S. And it's like, that was cool being able to see this stuff. I had never seen an FDRX7 anywhere when these movies came out, and so it was really cool. But like the love that these movies get, and I'm not going to speak ill will of people that aren't around anymore, but the love of some of the characters that these people get, I just don't see it. I don't get it.
So you're telling me you're not going to watch this in theaters when it comes out?
All right, if Marcy's buying tickets, I will be there.
Oh, no. No. I support that movie. I support that franchise, but I don't support it like that. I'll watch it one time. Yeah. I probably won't watch it on opening night. I don't know, maybe. But
I might go see it on opening
night. I might go see it on opening night. But that's it. Like I won't go buy the movies. I won't go buy a t-shirt.
Let me ask you. So is it the cast that keeps this movie going? Is it seeing Ludacris and Tyrese and The Rock, and is it seeing these characters come back?
Ludacris went from stealing car parts to being like some high level
Right.
scientist. And
Like this dude drove a
I'm like, how does that
he drove a yellow Dodge Ram. Like, what are we talking about?
So for me personally, I like these movies because I think the cast helps for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, honestly, what brought me back into the franchise was The Rock. You know, seeing him, you know, being that bounty hunter after, you know, chasing Vin Diesel and the crew, you know, seeing that fight scene going to happen, you know, that was just very interesting. That's what got me back on board. And then fast forward, you know, then getting spin-off Hobbs and Shaw was pretty cool. Seeing, you know, The Rock and what's his name, Jason Statham in a movie together. I mean, that's just some movies you don't think you'd ever get to see. And I feel like that franchise, unfortunately, has put actors together that you didn't think you'd see in the same movie. And they don't. I guess with Hobbs and Shaw, I feel like The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, and Jason Statham got the exact same movie screen time. It wasn't like off balance. I don't know. They balanced it pretty well, I thought. Did you watch that?
Yeah. Was that just like a makeup movie for G.I. Joe not working out?
No, that was The Rock saying, hey. No, actually, that was the studio. Be like, hey, Rock, you saved our franchise. Here's one for you without Vin Diesel getting any checks.
I felt like that was like, you know, look, we kind of butchered G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
Here's a movie.
Julian, what's your thoughts on?
For me, I'm already invested. I've seen all 9 of them.
Exactly.
I gotta see them all. Here's my thing. I go in just to see how much more ridiculous it can get.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I'm waiting for the. All right, we're on the moon. We gotta.
Oh my gosh.
Steal some
Ludicrous on
secret-
like the International Space Station.
Yeah, you know, there's a car up there for some reason too.
Yeah.
You know, I like just to see how much more they can push this series.
It's just funny. It's just
It
fun.
really is.
Yeah. And the characters are funny, man. They're all placed. I mean, like Ludacris and Tyrese, they're not the main characters in the movie, but they do a little funny lines.
Yeah, they got
you know.
Right.
some fun dialogue.
Yeah, and the fact that you just never know who's going to live through all the movies either, though. I'm not saying everyone dies. Like, there's one person that dies every single movie, but, you know, you just never know what's going to happen. Oh, they're okay. I know Julian's favorite is Tokyo Drift.
I love that one. It's the best one.
That's when I stopped watching.
Fucking
So what was that,
hated
like
it.
the 4th one?
That was the third one.
Yeah, so that's when I stopped.
Fucking horrible.
Come on, it wasn't bad.
Wait, is Han back? I can't remember.
Han did come back, but I thought he died again.
Ah, fuck, I don't remember.
See, the-
Gotta watch him. Gotta rewatch them all.
Yeah, you go through all 10 just to be sure.
Oh my gosh, too
Or
funny.
all 9 or whatever it's up to now.
And one people haven't really talked about online a lot. This is one that I'm really excited for. Spiral, the spinoff of the Sauce franchise, with Chris Rock and Samuel L. Jackson. Like, to me, those two actors together, I can't wait to watch them. And then Chris Rock has kind of dived into the drama roles lately.
Mm.
And have you not seen him?
Chris Rock has never done anything for me on screen.
Man, really? You
No.
don't like him?
It's, I mean, comedically, I love the guy, but on screen, not a single standout performance.
Well, see, and that's why I'm excited. Because I saw the trailer of him being in it and playing the detective/cop. He looked like he could pull it off from the
Yeah?
trailer.
Well, I mean, because he's done this before.
What do you mean?
He's played the cop or
Have you seen the movie called New Jack City?
yeah.
He did pretty good in that.
Okay,
I mean, he wasn't like
that was
a-
like 30 years ago.
Oh man, come on! I think he's diving, and he was also in a gangster series recently too.
Oh, the
I heard
North
that-
Dakota, what, Fargo or whatever.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I heard that was pretty good.
Yeah, okay.
I thought he.
He looked. I didn't watch it, but I seen him in the trailer, and he looked legit.
Yeah.
I just,
watch the Spiral trailer.
I'm gonna check it out. I always try to support the people that I grew up on.
Yeah.
I grew up on his comedy. I grew up him in movies, and obviously everybody hates Chris. You know, I watched that quite a bit when I was younger. and
I'm
so-
just happy to see this team up. This, Chris Rock and Samuel Jackson.
Well, yeah, I mean, you talk about something that you'd think you'd never see.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't have pinned those two guys in one movie.
And this movie looks beautifully shot too, as well.
Yeah.
Like, if you see the trailer, oh my gosh, the colors that they use. Oh, the poster alone was just freaking sick. Like, the poster had me like super excited. Let me pull it up real quick. Just the color scheme alone, I was like, oh shit. They did some work on that.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Like they did some work on that poster.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's legit.
yeah, I'm really excited for it. And I like, he's trying to be in the more dramatic roles, and I want to see him succeed. Hopefully he pulls it off. I think he could. From the trailer alone, I feel like he could. So I'm interested to see where that goes. But I feel like that's going to be a movie that people will be really. I don't know why Chris Rock would want to do a Saw movie. Just from that alone, like Chris Rock in a Saw movie just sounds dumb.
Yeah.
The
Right?
same reason that they want to do Fast and Furious movies, because they're gonna make like 8 of them. That's 8 checks.
But I feel like Chris Rock doesn't care about that. Chris Rock don't care about the money. I think he really probably. To me, I'm thinking this must be a good script, and I feel like from the trailer alone, it's not a horror movie. It's more of like a murder mystery.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
And that's what
too.
that's what makes me more excited for it.
Yeah.
So check that out. It should be released in May. May's the month for movies, which I love a lot. My birthday month is amazing. Godzilla vs. Kong comes out in May. Spiral comes out in May. I swear there's something else that comes out in May around that time, but let's see here. I have to talk about the Suicide Squad
Yeah.
because I'm hoping, because to me that would be the next. Well, besides Justice League,
Is it gonna be rated R?
I don't know.
It has to be, doesn't it?
No, because the other one wasn't.
No, okay, but I mean for a good one.
For a good one. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't think it has to be. I don't think it has to be rated R for it to be a good one. As long as the action's done, and the story's good. I mean, would I like it to be rated R? Oh, of course, I would. That'd be awesome. But I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be rated R. Yeah, I don't see a rating for it yet. But I just feel like that's gonna be a whole kickoff, another big kickoff to the DC universe. Recently, HBO, Warner Brothers said they're going to try to release 2 movies direct to HBO Max every year going forward.
That's awesome.
Wow.
That's
Now that I have it, it's a good thing.
which is crazy though.
Yeah.
And then John Cena's character in the Suicide Squad was already getting his spinoff TV show, little miniseries.
Yeah.
Peacemaker, which I don't know shit about Peacemaker. I don't know if his character's gonna be cheesy or not. Supposedly in the comics he's not.
Kind of bold for them to greenlight his own series when the movie hasn't even came out yet.
That is really crazy that they're doing that already. Maybe they're hoping to pick it back off the success of Fast and Furious 9. People like watching John Cena, I guess. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually interested in seeing how he's going to be in Suicide Squad. With this being the soft reboot to the Suicide Squad, I'm interested to see where this is going to fit into the DC universe going forward, especially with Harley Quinn's character and the new. I don't know. This could be very interesting. Why does that say starring Jared Leto in there? That's interesting.
For what?
In the Suicide Squad, I copied and pasted this from a website. Interesting. Huh. I want to go back and find that out. That'd be crazy if he's in it. That'd be crazy if he's in it somehow.
Well, I mean, until he gets his blockbuster debut with Batman, I think you gotta keep putting him in these movies, and he's probably contractually bound to be in so many movies. So
Jared Leto?
yeah,
A Batman movie. He's like, what are you talking about?
I mean, he didn't sign on for one movie, did he? Like he's
Jared Leto? Oh yeah.
yeah.
He only signed up for one movie. Was the original Suicide Squad.
Really, that's it?
That was it. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like he didn't get a fair shake. Obviously, he talked about a lot of the stuff that got cut out. I didn't mind that version. I like that version of the Joker.
Yeah, I would like to see him come back in the Suicide Squad something to maybe kick him off for the future. But I think we would definitely get him in the Justice League. I don't know why I didn't put that for 2021 in my top list.
What's that?
Justice
Snyder
League,
Cut?
the Snyder Cut. But I took it out because we've already seen the Justice League, even though it's going to be a tremendously different movie.
Right.
Well,
I like that. I noticed that you didn't put it in there. Also, the little things, I think, with Denzel. But we kind of talked about that last week.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like that's on everybody's watch list. So you put some stuff on there that I didn't think would be on there. So.
Yeah, and this is like I also with this list was kind of like I wanted different movies that weren't the same.
Right. It
Like-
wasn't all like comic book movies or all horror movies.
Yeah,
or,
exactly. So after that, out of that list that I named, Dune. Dune is one I'm really excited for, which was supposed to come out this year in December.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it'll be coming out next year, next October. Have you seen the original Dune,
No.
Julian?
Nope.
You guys will be in for a treat.
Yeah. I think the trailer for this Dune,
Mhm.
I mean, you guys might have played it for me.
I think so.
And so, yeah, I'm super pumped. I know only what I saw in the trailer. So,
I know a little bit of the lore.
It's a crazy graphic novel.
Man, there's a lot to it. I
It's
think
like
there's more to it than Star Wars.
Oh yeah, it's like a religion.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
It's
huge.
insane.
That's
how
amazing.
much is packed in
Yeah,
in that history alone.
yeah, Dune.
Crazy.
Man, I don't even know how to describe it. Like I really don't.
There's a planet that has this spice that everybody wants. That's
Yes,
all
spice.
I know.
If you have the spice, you control the universe.
Yeah.
That's based
So
on
you have all these empires, but the empires are like have their own little kingdoms and stuff, and they're
Yeah.
all fighting over this. It's insane.
Yeah, it is. It really is insane. If you go back and watch the original movie, it looks like ass. Unfortunately, it looks so bad.
Right.
The CGI looks
because
bad.
it was like an 80s movies.
Yeah, but the
70s.
story is so good, and it was a huge flop when it came out. It was a huge flop when it came out. It didn't do that good until later.
Yeah.
Like they can't use guns because they have like special force fields. So
Yeah.
everybody's like sword combat only. And
Wow.
Yeah, no, it's man,
it's wild.
no, it's crazy, and like all the behind the scenes stuff of who all was supposed to be in the original movie has just been like Hollywood, like folklore, like what was supposed to happen. But seeing a modern day version of it, oh my gosh, it gets you just super hyped if you've seen the first one. Like, oh man,
Well, even if you haven't, that trailer alone was just like,
oh
Yeah.
yeah,
No, it captivated me right off the bat. Like I said, I know nothing about the lore, and I was like, wow.
yeah.
You know.
yeah, and the cast alone, oh my gosh, I don't know about this kid, Timothée Chalamet. What else he's been in?
I don't know. The only recent thing that I've seen him in was he was on Saturday Night Live, I think last week, and he killed it. He did really good.
I don't know anything about him.
Yeah.
I can't remember what else he's been in something. I can't think of what it is right now. But, you know, him, Josh Brolin, Rebecca Ferguson, Oscar Isaac's in this movie, Jason Momoa, Dave Bautista's in this movie, Zendaya's in this movie. No, it'd be really interesting. Timothée Chalamet plays, I can't remember if it's the prince or the second in charge, and he's trying to basically fight this battle. It's gonna be really cool. It's just gonna be really cool, futuristic, Star Wars-esque type movie. But it could go on. Like it could go on. It could be a, you know. We'll see. I mean, there's a lot of people who love the original Dune. Like there's a whole like cult following that the original Dune has.
Yeah.
And I recently saw the original one, and I was like, this is so cool. Even though the movie looked like ass, but it was so cool. Like, it got me excited.
Yeah, there's a lot of movies that came out then and where the CGI and all that stuff, like even looking at Star Wars, it's like this could have went bad. You know, so yeah, I'm sure a lot of that was hit or miss back in the day. I know the movie Avatar, like he waited like 15 years for the right technology to be available or something like that.
He created that, man. He helped create the 3D technology.
Yeah, to be able to do what he wanted to do, because it wasn't like when they first thought it up in the 90s or whatever, wanted to do it in the 90s, they didn't have the tech. So, it'd be kind of cool to see. I'll probably go back and properly go through the proper channels to find the old movie. No, I won't.
It's a little like $2.99. Yeah, no, it's cool. Like I watched it here on the projector because it's a pretty cool action space movie. Like, yeah, and it's very steampunky looking. If that makes any sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, it has that type of look. With the new trailer, I don't think it's going to have. It's going to have a way more futuristic type look, which might make some people mad. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, Matrix 4. Yeah, there isn't a lot of information about that. That's one that I'm really excited for. I don't want this to be a one-off. I want them to make 3 more.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is there enough of the story to keep the cast that's coming back for 3 more movies?
All I care about is Neo coming back. That's all I care about.
He's like, just give me Keanu.
yeah, that's all.
I don't care what the story is about.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I feel like they could do so much with that type of like futuristic sci-fi world. The Matrix alone is like infinite. They could do so many different things.
Yeah.
Whether we are in the Matrix or whether we're in Zion, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Wherever the real, not the Matrix is, the real Earth. They could put time travel in it. They could go back in time. They could go forward in time. They could do so much. I feel like with the whole sci-fi genre in general,
Yeah.
they could do so many different things.
I'm trying to think how the third one ended because I know that Neo sacrificed himself at the end.
Right.
He's in them. Is he
And
one
defeated the machines. So, yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see, number one, where Matrix 4 takes place and how that story goes. And then, depending on that, let alone, if there even
I mean,
is
do
enough
you guys
story.
care if Keanu's and the rest of them or not?
Yeah, I care.
I think he has to be.
Yeah.
I think it would be really interesting if they kind of dove into. I don't know if you guys have ever watched any of like the deep dives into the movie about like how they think that Agent Smith was actually the one. You guys should take a minute. I mean, there's probably thousands of hours of breakdowns,
I
but
can only imagine.
But there's a couple that I've seen that are really compelling. It'd be interesting to where they take it. I mean, are they going to try to fight to get the computers off the planet? I don't know. Try to take back the Earth?
I don't know. I just know they're keeping this unlocked. They're keeping the plot unlocked, which is totally fine to me.
Yeah.
Give me that trailer. Don't give me too much.
Yeah, don't even show anything.
No, for sure.
Just show like a cut scene of like somebody in the Matrix, like their day, and then just like 4 with the little digital numbers running down.
I'd be happy if it just shows me a glitch. Just show me a glitch.
You know what I mean?
Little-
Like this is a movie I hope they don't show too much.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking back to the original trailers, I don't think they ever did. They never really gave away. They showed like the helicopter falling off the roof and
Yeah.
the scene on the highway, with the motorcycles and stuff. But I don't ever think they gave too much away.
No, I don't think so. See, and then I feel like the Matrix definitely revolutionized the action genre a little bit.
For sure.
The way they film things with the cool CGI fighting type stuff that they do now. Do you think that stuff today will like look as good doing that same stuff, or are they gonna do something different to reinvent themselves to stand out?
I feel like the choreography has gotten even so much better.
Well, the fighting, yeah, no, for sure. But I'm talking about like the weird, like the act with the Matrix fighting type genre.
Oh, okay. I see what you're
when
saying.
I'm talking like for one, now all movies do that same Matrix bend over bullets flying thing now.
Oh, sure.
Right.
Like, how do they go up even higher?
Up the bar.
Yeah. So I feel like that's going to be a little bit challenging for them going forward, because I feel like everything's been done now, and it's honestly thanks Matrix. Like Matrix is the one that did it.
Yeah.
For Hollywood. So that'd be really interesting to see how that's going to push the envelope. And then who knows? They could be. I mean, they could do anything. Yeah, I'm definitely excited, and I can't wait to see where this franchise goes. Hopefully, there's more. Maybe Will Smith will come back and actually be in it this time.
That would be hilarious.
That'd be funny. What if he's actually like not in the Matrix? He's like in the real world, and we see like a grossed up, dirty Will Smith.
That'd be cool if he was like one of the previous, the ones or whatever.
The previous prophet or whatever.
Yeah, because
they
they talked about they've done this like a bunch of times.
Yeah.
That'd be cool if he was like one before.
That would be pretty cool.
No, that's super interesting.
And we're in an alternate universe where he turned it down.
I kind of skipped this one, but I have to talk about it. I don't know why I want to talk about it, but Top Gun Maverick to me looks super interesting. I was not a big fan of the first one. I thought it was okay. It was like an 80s movie.
Yeah.
Right? It was okay. Like this is a time period where I did not like Tom Cruise. I hated Tom Cruise.
Really?
That was one movie I was like, that's stupid. Who would care about a movie about these stupid jet fighters and playing on the beach, playing volleyball?
Volleyball scene.
But no, I went back and saw the original Top Gun. I was like, damn, Tom Cruise is cool.
Yeah.
He's a pretty chill dude. But this movie excites me so much because we get to see jets actually fly and like do cool shit.
Yeah.
And it's not out of. It's not a superhero movie. It's not a sci-fi movie. It's not a. I don't know. It's not a fantasy type movie. It's an actual like real movie. If that makes any sense at all.
Yeah.
There's more realism to it.
Yeah, there's more realism to it. And I don't know. I just feel like there's movies like that come out every year and people just don't give it a chance to watch. And this is one I'm just like, now that I like Tom Cruise, I want to see this.
I feel like so I've always enjoyed Tom Cruise. I don't know if I call myself a Tom Cruise fan, but I've always enjoyed his movies. This is a movie that I watched when I say million, I mean a literal million times. Like burned up a VHS and bought it. Had my parents buy us another one.
Dang.
We watched this movie so much. We were really big into, the military and History Channel and stuff like that, and airplanes and aircrafts and built models. And I got chills when I saw this trailer.
Oh yeah.
There's a certain part when he's back in the F-14, which is actually a retired military jet now. We don't use it anymore. And I don't know. I played with that. I built models of that jet. I played that jet on video games like Ace Combat and all different kinds of stuff. I had posters of it. And so I don't know. It was like this crazy nostalgic. I've never gotten chills from seeing something like that before. So I'm pumped for it, actually. I like the fact that he didn't go on to have like this illustrious military career,
become president or something.
Yeah, they
yeah.
talk about how he's still in the same rank that he's been for like 15 or 20 years or something. Like, he's kind of weathered, some storms and not everything worked out. So,
and what baby blood is he drinking to keep looking so young?
Bro, it's that Scientology.
Like,
bro.
is that what it is?
seriously.
Is that what it is?
That's Scientology.
It's crazy. And I have to give it to him, man. Like, to keep your body so tight and fit. Seriously, though, like, Tom Cruise looks like a guy that is in the military.
Yeah.
Like an older guy in the military who still, does his PT or whatever, like every day. And I don't know how old is Tom Cruise right now?
He's got to be 50, right?
Bro, he has to be like 60. I don't know.
He's up there.
He's 58.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah, he's 58 years old.
Good Lord.
He does not look it.
No.
No, Tom Cruise in 2020. Like, seriously. What? This dude's a vampire. This guy is a vampire. He's a vampire.
Might be.
Oh, my.
Some of these guys, man. Yeah, because if he told you he was like 36, would you believe him?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think I probably would. That's just fucking crazy. I don't. What the hell? I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what it is. Like I said, he's just drinking some baby blood or something, eating babies left and right.
Yeah. No, but I'm pumped. I'm pumped for this movie. I don't know. It's just the music, that trailer. Like, yeah, I'm ready.
Trailer is pretty hype.
I feel like this is a movie that, if we're able to get back in theaters, this movie is going to be up there with the best of the movies that come out.
You got to go to an IMAX for this.
Oh
one.
man, that'd be
Like,
so cool. Hearing
Women, especially all of Tom Cruise's female fans, you know what I'm saying? Like, they remember that volleyball beach scene. And so I think people are going to come out of the woodworks for this one.
Yeah, it was cool. They also bring in the younger recruits that are in the military now with him. I mean, you get Miles Teller will be in this movie, which I think he's an incredible actor too as well. I'm not sure what he plays a role into this movie too much, but he's going to be in it. Yeah, I'm excited for that. Val Kilmer supposedly back in it too.
Where's he been?
He actually has had some
I
problems,
knew you were gonna
health problems.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Oh, I thought you were about to like rattle off like 4 movies he's been in like the last 5 years.
No, I don't think he can actually talk right now.
Really?
Yeah, his health is like really bad.
That's too bad.
Um,
He was like the guy in the 80s.
he was okay.
Well, you couldn't tell my mom that.
No, I can't remember what happened to him. He's like, he has throat cancer. That's why.
Yeah,
he has throat
that'll
cancer.
do it.
Yeah, he had throat cancer.
It's too bad.
Yeah.
Don't smoke, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if he smoked, but
Yep, sucks. That's what happens. Yeah, then he got all fat and stuff.
yeah, I remember there was like a weight thing.
He is old.
He's older than Tom, isn't he?
I'm pretty sure. Let's see here. 61.
Yeah.
Does not look like Tom Cruise at all.
Dude, it's crazy though. Like the people that we've grown up with, yeah, man, they're getting up there in age.
Yeah, that's cool. We're going to do our last recommended of 2020.
I'll talk about The Office.
No, Blake, you go first.
Okay. Can I give two? One is really, really short.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so the first one is an older movie. Came out in the early 2000s, like 2005, 2007. Tears of the Sun. This is a what's his name? Why is his name escaping me right now?
Bruce Willis.
Yeah, Bruce Willis. Thank you. Okay, so Tears of the Sun. This is a Navy SEAL movie starring Bruce Willis. They're in Africa. He has to go in and save a doctor. There's two Americans there, priests there, and this movie, it's a military movie. It is groundbreaking in the fact that it's very intimate between everybody. But what really makes me want to recommend this movie is I watched the director's cut, and listening to the director talk about why he shot the movie, there is so much eye contact and speaking, if you will, with their eyes. And I noticed that when I watched the movie, but when he goes back and he talks about it, it just drives that point home so far, even further. And so it's not your typical action movie because they are Navy SEALs, and the actors that they put in this movie play what I would imagine a Navy SEAL. You know, I have a brother who's in the military, and some of those guys, I feel like they pulled it off pretty well. So if you haven't seen Tears of the Sun, definitely go watch that. Surprisingly, a bit of a tearjerker in times. Really goes over how bad things are in some of those countries, some of the things that those guerrilla terrorist groups are doing to people, child soldiers and the like. And so, if you're okay watching some of those things, and it's definitely a good movie. The second one, my second recommended, is something I'm actually in the process of finishing. It's an anime called Radiant. I don't want to go too deep into it because it's really easy to do with spoilers, but they take the hero element in a different direction. He's playing a video game that's about to go offline. It's been out for like years. They're taking down the servers. All of his friends, they all have like max leveled themselves in the game. And right before they get off, the game ends at midnight. It's like 11:30. Everybody's like, all right, man, it was fun playing with you guys. So they give all of their stuff to one guy. And he's like, I'm going to stay until the servers shut down. So they give all their stuff to this one guy in this castle thing that they've built. And he falls asleep before midnight. And he wakes up, however much long later, and he's like, oh, shit, am I still here? Like, why are the servers still on? And so, like, he goes to try to pull up the menu, and the menu won't pull up. And I'm assuming it's some sort of VR game because, like, he's looking around and everything still seems the same to him. He can't get out of the game. He's in the game now.
Oh, shoot.
And the NPCs, the non-playable characters that are there, they're acting like living, breathing people. They don't just respond in, the one or two sentences that they respond in. So he has to navigate this new world, this new place. He is trying to figure out more. He has to learn how to make money. He has to do these certain things. And his actions, because he's like the highest OP, guy, when he's trying to do things, it gets looked at by these neighboring cities, towns, and villages of like acts of war, or he's trying to starve us out, or he's going to exterminate us. And so his little group of people, they kind of start to move autonomously. and they don't have that humanity in them. So if something is in their way, a village, a town, a water supply, like it's not a problem for them to just eliminate it.
Yeah.
They don't care. And so it's really interesting, man. He goes back and forth. He kind of starts to lose his humanity, which he's aware of, which is kind of a unique thing. Watch it if you're tired of watching the same type of characters that you see in like Demon Slayer, that you see in Naruto and One Piece, the kind of aloof characters. This guy, he's obviously put in a new element, but he's never been a king before. He's never had to move diplomatically or, plan out a war. And so it's kind of interesting watching him learn on the go as well.
And do you know I got one? You don't have to. I'll go next if you don't have one.
I really don't. I mean, I would just give a proper send-off to The Office. Thank you for the many, many years of being background noise.
So you're not going to get...
He said background noise.
Are you not going to get Peacock?
Hell no.
Jeez, there's
Next
another
week,
one?
hey guys, I got to recommend this app called Peacock. New streaming service 2021.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I haven't really had a chance to watch anything new.
Peacock, man. You're not going to watch Saved by the Bell on Peacock?
For that alone, I'm never, ever going to download that.
It actually looks pretty decent. It looks totally different.
I can't buy an app just for one show. As much as I enjoy The Office, I can't financially.
There's just no reason to.
There isn't any reason to. I can go buy the collector's edition.
We got it at home, and I have the series.
Oh, you do?
I still got the DVDs.
So Hope is still alive.
You got a DVD player to put them in while you...
I got a PS4.
There you
That's
go.
all I use it for.
Oh, my gosh. Too funny.
But no, yeah, I'm going to have to start watching more and more stuff going into the new year.
So my last recommended. The last show series I finished after The Wilds. I believe I talked to you about it last episode, but I don't think I kept it on. I think I cut it out. Was Big Little Lies. I don't remember me talking about that. Big Little Lies. Let me just tell you who's all in this series, by the way. You have Reese Witherspoon, Nicole Kidman, Shailene Woodley,
Oh, right.
Alexander, I can't say her last name, Skarsgård, Adam Scott, Zoe Kravitz. Like, Meryl Streep was in the series, too. Like, all-star female cast.
Right.
Like, just amazing. Just so good. So, basically, it's a drama television series where the first episode starts off with FBI, the cops are interviewing witnesses about a murder. Someone dies. The people getting interviewed is like a teacher, or the principal, the neighbor, the person works at the bar, the waiter. They're interviewing, talking about these women. And they all said, well, we knew she was capable of doing this. She was crazy. She was drunk. She was high. She had stress at home. She was a bad mother. She was a good mother. She was jealous. She was sleeping with this person, blah, blah, blah. As you're going forward in the show, you don't know who actually got killed or died. But it's basically just about these rich white women. Yes, I'm going to say that. These rich Caucasian women who have their own drama going on with their lives, which sounds dumb right off the bat. Like, I thought this looked stupid. Once I watched the first episode, it is cut and edited amazingly well. The storytelling is amazing. The acting, oh my gosh, like I was saying, this all-star cast, all well done, all get enough screen time. I don't know how else to compare it to a recent show or movie I've seen, but if you like drama, good acting, and you like these women actresses, they are amazing. There's 2 seasons. I'm ready for season 3 right now. I can't get enough. I have to keep watching it. It's just so good. I can't say anything without getting spoilers away. I don't know what else to say.
What's it on?
It's on HBO Max. So now,
Right, yeah, now I'll be able to check it out.
And I think it's something you and Diana could watch together. It's
Right.
not just like, it's good storytelling. It's not.
And make sure you edit that out. So the shows that me and Diana are supposed to watch together, it's really like her falling asleep 7 minutes into it and then getting mad at me that I finished it. So
That's
I try to have as few as shows that me and her watch together as possible.
Oh, no. If you watch this one, she might not want to close her eyes.
Yeah,
Like,
so
no,
stay up for it. Is
no,
that good?
No, it's really that good. And it goes back and forth. I mean, it's about these 5 women living in California with their drama-filled lives. And like I
Right.
said, someone
Like the
does,
preppy version of like NBA Wives or one of those reality shows.
no,
No,
it's like 100 times better than that shit.
right.
Like it's
well,
not,
I mean, I would hope so.
it's like what's the Housewives?
Real Housewives of XYZ City.
But that's a reality show, right?
Yeah,
No, there was like a show, an actual like
the one Kevin Hart was in.
no, there was an actual like I can't remember what it's called right now. Oh my gosh, I don't know what it's called. But no, like I was saying, the soundtrack's really good too.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, like the editing of how they chopped and mixed up and put the story together and it flows. Oh my gosh. You never know who got killed or who murdered who.
right.
You don't know. And you don't know if it's a guy or a girl. You don't know if it's a kid.
Have you obviously this is a comedy, so it sounds like it's going to be vastly different, but
Oh yeah.
have you ever watched Arrested Development?
Oh yeah, I love that show.
So like is it
Oh,
like one of my favorite things about that show besides the comedy was how all of the lives intersected each other like all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it
Okay.
something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that show does a really good job balancing that.
Yeah.
So does this show. Like, it was a drama doing it. Oh, it's so good. And it's about family. Like, it's mostly about family. And, husband and wife dynamic, kids, best friends. Like, man, it's so well done. And check it out. You'd be really surprised of how it just sucks you in. You need more.
Right.
And like I said, this Meryl Streep's in it. Like, this cast, like I said, is just so
Yeah.
good. The acting.
Whenever I see casts like this, I always wonder like who did they try to get that said no?
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Because like if this is already an all-star cast, like imagine the people who probably like who could have said no and turned it down. So yeah, whenever I see a cast like that, like that's always fun.
Oh yeah, like I said, it's so well done. It's so well done, and I mean, it looks like a total like housewife drama BS, but it's like way better than that.
Right.
Like it's just so good. HBO Max, good job. HBO, please make a season 3.
Sponsor us.
I need it right now. Yes, and please sponsor us in 2021.
Or give us a coupon code to give to the listeners.
Oh yeah.
I'd appreciate that. Give us a coupon code. Save some people 5%.
All right, we're gonna be out of here. We will see you guys next year, 2021. Drink responsibly, celebrate responsibly, social distance, and all that jazz.
Yeah.
All right, we're out of here. Don't forget to subscribe.
See it. Oh.
Please subscribe to our podcast.